All right, today we're going to dive into a concept that has totally changed the way millions of people think about money, Robert Kiyosaki's Cash Flow Quadrant. It's really a powerful way to understand where you are financially and how to chart a course to what we all want, real freedom. So let's just get right to it with the big question that kicks off the whole book. You ever wonder about this? It's not about being lucky or just working yourself to the bone. Kiyosaki says it all comes down to understanding which financial quadrant you live in. This question really hits home, doesn't it? So how do so many of us get stuck on this financial hamster wheel? Well, it usually starts with what Kiyosaki calls the job security trap, and it's a lesson he learned from his own poor dad.
You know, this probably sounds super familiar, right? It's the advice most of us heard growing up, and it comes from a really good place. The desire for safety, for stability. It's the well-worn path to success that just feels safe. But here's the thing, the catch. For Kiyosaki's dad, the higher he climbed that career ladder, the more his job basically owned him. Getting a raise just meant bigger bills and even less time. He was working harder than ever, but he wasn't getting any freer. Okay, so if that traditional path is a trap, what's the escape plan? Well, that's where the cash flow quadrant comes in. Think of it like a map that not only shows you why the trap exists, but also gives you the directions to get out. And this is it. Looks pretty simple, right? Just 4 letters, but trust me, it's deep. The quadrant is split into E, S, B, and I. And the absolute key here is this. It's not about how much you earn, it's about how your money gets to you. So let's break it down real quick. E is for employee. You have a job, you trade your time for a paycheck. S is for self-employed or specialist. You own your job. But if you're not working, you're not earning. B is for business owner. You own a system that makes money, even when you're not there. And finally, I is for investor. Your money is actually working for you. So take a second. Where are you right now? And this right here, this is the absolute game changer. It's all about the mindset. On the left side, with E and S, the main driver is security. On the right side, B and I, the main driver is freedom. It really comes down to how you deal with that feeling of financial fear. Do you look for the certainty of a steady paycheck? Or do you channel that energy into building something that generates income on its own? You know, to really make this difference crystal clear, Kiyosaki tells this simple but honestly brilliant story that perfectly shows the two sides of the quadrant. It's the story of buckets versus pipelines. And before we even start the story, I want you to ask yourself this one simple question about your own financial life. Are you building a pipeline or are you just hauling buckets? Okay, so picture this. There's a village and they've got a huge problem. No water. The elders hire 2 guys, Ed and Bill, to fix it. They both get the exact same opportunity, starting at the exact same time. So Ed, he jumps right in, he buys 2 buckets and just starts hustling, running back and forth to the lake all day, every day. He's working like crazy, trading his time and his sweat directly for cash. If he stops hauling, the money stops. That is the left side of the quadrant in a nutshell. Bill, on the other hand, he disappears for a whole year. But he's not on vacation. He's writing a business plan, he's finding investors, he's hiring a team, and he's building a pipeline from the lake straight to the village. He's not doing the work, he's building a system to do the work. And then, a year later, bam! Bill's pipeline is done. He turns on the faucet, and everything changes. Now he's delivering cleaner water 24/7, and he can charge 75% less than Ed. He's completely changed the game. And that's the whole point, right? Bill built an asset, a pipeline that pumps out cash whether he's physically there or not. He found freedom. Ed just owned a really tough job, and he was trapped in it. That story just nails the huge difference between the S quadrant and the B quadrant. And it all boils down to one simple, powerful idea: systems. Let me ask you something real quick. Could you, right now, go into your kitchen and make a better hamburger than a McDonald's burger? Yeah, I'm guessing most of us are thinking, of course I could. Okay, but here's the real question. Could you build a better business system than McDonald's? A system that finds the real estate, sources the ingredients, hires the people, and serves billions of identical burgers all over the world. That is the magic of the B quadrant. It's not about the burger, it's about the system. And once you get that, it completely changes what you're aiming for. See, the goal isn't just to be rich in terms of having a lot of dollars. The real goal is to be wealthy. And in this framework, wealth has nothing to do with money.
Because in this way of thinking, wealth isn't money. Wealth is time. It's literally how many days could you live your life exactly as it is now if you stopped working tomorrow. It's not about the size of your paycheck. It's about how long your assets can support you. It's the ultimate measure of your freedom. And the cool thing is, you can figure this out for yourself, like right now. Just take your total savings or the income your assets generate, your pipelines, and divide that by what you spend every month. That number, whether it's in months or years, that's your real wealth. It's a simple calculation that tells you exactly how free you really are today. So the whole end game here is to get over to the right side of that quadrant. It's about building those B quadrant systems and then using the cash they generate to buy I quadrant assets. We're talking about things like stocks that pay dividends, real estate that pays you rent, businesses that run without you. You keep doing that until the money coming in from your assets is more than your living expenses. That, right there, is financial freedom. Which brings us right back to where we started, this simple little drawing. But now you can see it's so much more than just 4 letters, right? It's 4 different ways of life, 4 different mindsets, and honestly, 4 very different futures. And the choice of which one you want to pursue, well, that's entirely up to you. So I'm going to leave you with that one big question, the one that started the whole story. I want you to really think about your own life, your job, your side hustle, your finances, and just be honest with yourself. Are you spending your life building a pipeline to freedom, or are you just hauling buckets?